Guys, who's out there betting on the Oscars? Sound off in the comments if you're putting money down on the Oscars. And if you're not, why not? You could be. Y'all could be. With my picks. Guys, we're talking the Oscars 2023. Boom! I'm gonna make myself bigger here. Let's go. This year, today, in fact, is the 92nd Academy Award. Academy Awards, plural. It is the 92nd Academy Awards. And the 57th Academy Awards to feature black people. A couple years, they were and Gone with the Wind came out, and they were like, it's undeniable, we got to give this bitch an Oscar, but she is not sitting at a table with the normals. She gets her own table, and that is a tradition that is held up to this day, but they do it with a different ethnicity every single year. Paul Mescal, Irish, he's got to wash the dishes. That's how that works this year. He might have to wash the dishes, okay? Oh, what was I saying earlier? Yes, I'm going to take calls later. Call in and tell me your favorite experience in a movie theater, all right? Doesn't have to be this past year. I know no one goes to the movies anymore. No one will ever go to the movies. You go to any movie theater, and it's just the goddamn Old West. Just a tumbleweed comes on through, and they're like, you sure you want a ticket for Miss Harris Goes to Paris? That movie hasn't been here in 20 years. What's going on in the Discord right now? People are having fun. People are having a lot of fun in the Discord right now. They're popping off. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of the Oscars. I'm going to talk all about the categories. Who will win? Who should win? But first, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a little karaoke, all right? We're going to have fun. Tell me something, Tom. Does Tom Cruise ever age? Or does he stay young? Jumping out of planes, it is so fun. Top Gun Maverick. In all the... No, wait, I did it wrong. In all the good times, I find myself longing for Conley. And in the bad times, I fear Miles Teller. Top Gun Maverick! Top Gun Maverick! He'll never meet the ground! Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us! It's Top Gun Maverick now! All right, we're having fun. Okay. Near, far, everything, everywhere, all at once. And I believe that this movie will win an Oscar. I did it wrong. Wait, no, I did the wrong fucking song. God damn it, I fucked up. Okay, go back. Between us, you have come to show us the Navi of Pandora. Near, far, Avatar, the way of water. Is that they're blue? All right, let's check some comments, see how this is going over. And no comments so far. Okay, cool. So that's good. No one seems to be having a problem with it, so I guess that's good. Viewership has gone up. Okay, so that's positive, because I've got more. Shh. Shh. It's oh so quiet. Shh. 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 On the Western Front. Shh. Shh. You're all alone. Shh. and so peaceful until the Germans are in war. Bang, boom, they're doing the... It's Bjork. Tar, tar, tar! Lydia tar, Lydia tar, 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 tar! Lydia tar, Lydia tar, 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 tar! Lydia tar, Lydia tar, oh, how do you like your love? Just about 10:30. First time in history, it's gonna start raining Fablemen. It's raining Fablemen. Hallelujah, it's raining Fablemen. Amen. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself film my having sex with my own mother. Raining Fablemen. Hallelujah, it's raining Fablemen. Oh yeah. All right, so how are the comments sounding off on this now? Okay, we got some more comments going on here. So we've seen you should go to music school, Lamp said. Nah, can't afford it. If you can find one, never could. Iggy12 says Billy Crystal would be proud. Iggy12 says this is incredible. Round of applause. Thank you so very much. Thank you all so very much. And viewership has increased. So now we're getting it up there. We're talking the Oscars today, ladies and gentlemen. 2023 Academy Awards. We're going to talk about the Best Picture winners, okay? Lamb says, Fableman, is that a movie? That is a movie. We're going to talk about it in just a second. It was directed by a guy you've heard of, maybe. His name is Steven Spielberg, okay? He made such science fiction films as, Jurassic Park and, of course, So I have a beep button now. I don't want to get censored by YouTube again. I don't want them to censoriously take away my account. So I have this button, and if I'm ever saying anything that's maybe a little too hot for YouTube guidance, I just press the button. I am not saying a slur. I am not saying something like or anything like that. That would be inappropriate, okay? For example, I would never say something like I would never in a million years say that. And I, of course, would never, ever, ever say that. Never. 2023 Academy Awards. We can't go through all the categories. We'd be here all day. We're not going to do best short film, although I'll tell you what will win. Okay, put this down on your ballot. I'll help you win. Best live action short. I think it's going to go to An Irish Goodbye because, and I cannot express enough how fun this is. It is about an Irish person with Down syndrome. It's very fun. They're so delightful. I can't do the voice, both because, I'd have to, okay, I guess I'll do the voice, all right? Oh, blimey, I love. So, that kept me from getting banned off YouTube. Best animated short, it's probably going to go to that one movie that's like the cook, the thief, the bear, the boy, the wife and his balls. The worst fucking movie I've ever seen. I hated that movie. It's like 23 minutes. It's so degenerately British. And there's this little boy who is disgustingly cloying. At one point, the horse asks him, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he goes, all I want to be is kind. I want to be kind. And I wanted to nuke the country of Britain. Degenerate place. But that has Gabriel Byrne and Idris Elba and Apple produced it. So that'll probably win Best Animated Short. What could win is My Year of Dicks, which Capsule Review, not enough dicks. Could have used some more dicks, quite frankly. But that could win just because it has a better title, Best Documentary Short, Martha Mitchell Effect is on YouTube right now. It's not bad. It's kind of a cute little put together thing about Martha Mitchell who was I think Richard Nixon should resign. And everyone goes, this dumb, crazy bitch. And they literally imprisoned her. And then later everyone's yeah, I guess she was probably right about that. There's also The Elephant Whisperer, which is about the man who just wants to hang out with an elephant, but his stupid bitch wife won't stop nagging him. That's a pretty good movie too. I think it'll be Elephant Whisperer, so win Best Documentary Short, but I don't know. Makeup and hairstyling, people think it might go to The Whale, but that might not count because Brendan Fraser actually got that fat. There was no makeup in that film. He also didn't know they were filming him. The Whale's pretty bad. It is very funny. All the scenes where like the horn, like the strings come in and it's like, it is so sad to see this. And it's just Brendan Fraser like putting pizza on top of another slice of pizza and just eating it. I got so fat. It's literally about a man who gets so gay that he has to become morbidly obese. He like feels bad about being gay and then has to like eat a whole pizza every night. So, you know, there are those out there making jokes and calling it the Steve Von Gino story. That's not funny, okay? No one's laughing at your haha jokes. God, you losers. Don't have time for you stupid people. 16 views. All right, man, we're killing it. So we're going to talk about all the Best Picture nominees. Ladies and gentlemen, just the Best Picture nominees. First up, special mention. Want to give a special mention to Netflix for all of their movies being like 7 minutes shorter than you thought they would. Because at the end, they have to put in all the different languages they dubbed it in. It has to be like, here's the voice cast for the Italian version and the Japanese version and everything. So you're watching these stupid movies and you're like, God damn thing, this thing is 3.5 hours long. And then you get to like 2 hours and 15 minutes and you're like, oh shit, well, I guess we're done now. Cool. There's a lot of, I got to find out who did the voice of Pinocchio in the Swahili cut. Also, another special mention to, of course, HBO Max for being the actual best streaming service to put on when you're trying to have sex. Everyone talks Netflix and chill just because they were first. HBO Max and chill, way better. They've got much more pleasing interface. They've got sexier movies on HBO Max. Now, when is there going to be a Cinemax Max? I guess that already is Cinemax. Cinemax is just already Cinemax. But I just want to jack off to the Red Shoe Diaries. Whoever runs HBO Max, David Zaslav, Elon Musk, buy HBO Max and put Red Shoe Diaries on there. Is Real Sex on HBO Max? I gotta look that up. I'm gonna look that up right now and see if Real Sex is on HBO Max. And maybe we're gonna be jacking off like it's 1997, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be having fun. All right, pulling up HBO Max. Let's see. Real Sex. Well, there is Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. That's on there. You could masturbate to that. I'm gonna tell you what to do. It appears that Real Sex is not on HBO Max. Bring that back! Oh my God. Real Sex TV show streaming. Let's see if that's streaming anywhere. And so is it on Prime Video? No, documentary. I can't watch it. It's not on here. Where the hell is this? Rate this video. Like, is it just you can't find it? Is it too sexy? Damn. They're afraid that if they put that on streaming, just everyone's going to keep jerking off and no one's going to get anything done. Lamp says, that's what I imagine The Whale is like. That's true. Lamp says, have you seen the video of Nikado Avocado playing the violin on the floor in a room surrounded by food? I have not. I'm vaguely familiar of this man. And I do think that the producers of The Whale, Darren Aronofsky, owe him a little cut for his life rights. But he is a mentally ill man who started as a relatively in shape twink and then just started eating $40 worth of Wendy's at a time. And then next thing you know, people were paying him to do that. And he just got into a feeder situation. So I think it's, not the easiest or quickest way to kill yourself, but ultimately one of the most fun. People talk about how fun heroin is. And I bet heroin is very, very fun, but just eating massive amounts of Big Mac casserole or something like that, I bet that would be even better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Best Picture Oscars today. We've gotten through our special mentions. Now, the first film, it's a film from Daniels, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It is a movie about how Chinese people can travel through dimensions. A sequel to Michelle Yeoh's previous film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, about how Chinese people can fly. Also, very funny side note, when me, Steve Von Gino, a real person, was an infant, I would have been 1 year old at the time, but in the year 2000, when Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and The Mexican were both out in theaters at the same time, the theater near me put them both up in the marquee, but they didn't have enough letters, and so the marquee just read Crouching Mexican. That was the film. I went to go see it. There's a guy named Juan just in the front row going, I see you. I peek at you. A film by Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Some people are saying it's going to win Best Picture. Some people are going to say it's the very first movie to ever feature people fighting with butt plugs up inside their butt to ever win Best Picture, because clearly no one has seen Spartacus. Next film, Top Gun Maverick, the big hit of the year. Everyone went to go see this movie. Everyone. It brought America together. Red state, blue state, American terrorists, Somali pirates. Everyone went to go see Top Gun Maverick, a film about how Tom Cruise, an incredibly heterosexual man, will, of course, risk his own life to make his employer even a little bit more money. It is the ultimate American film. The American dynasty continues on, uninterrupted. Unencumbered, unmolested, one might even say. Did anyone see Top Gun Maverick? In the chat, sound off. Anyone see Top Gun Maverick? I saw Top Gun Maverick. I saw Top Gun Maverick in the theater twice. And here's the deal. All these other movies, all movies now are just two people in front of a green screen, not at the same time. One person films himself in front of a green screen in Berlin going, "Oh no, Spider-Man." And then another person is in, Aspen, and they film themselves in a green screen going, "I can't wait to get the gems." And then they put that together and it makes $500 million. Lamp, I thought that movie was a rom-com. Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's kind of romantic in a way. It's pretty good. It's a film about, an Asian woman and her worst nightmare, having a daughter. That's ultimately Top Gun Maverick. Easily the most heterosexual movie of the year. It's been a rough year for the gays at the movies. Not been great. No, we don't make those big AIDS weepies anymore because no one cares. Can't you play a person with AIDS? It's just like, you play a person who has to take one extra pill every day. It's just like violin strings come up when you take one pill and then go, "Well, I guess I'll be fine now." Consult your doctor. Consult your doctor if you ever contract HIV, which you don't want to do. Practice safe sex. By safe sex, I mean masturbating alone in a closet and then screaming at your penis afterwards. But Top Gun Maverick is ultimately the most harmful film to the gays. Because A, it was following up the original Top Gun, one of the gayest films ever made. Top Gun is so homoerotic. There's gay pornography, which featured two men going into a room and going, "Well, let's have gay sex." And then they do that. They have gay sex. And you watch that and you're like, that's pretty normal. And then you watch Top Gun, the original, and you go, that shit's gay. But Top Gun Maverick, no gay sex. There's some shirtless volleyball, but the passion isn't there. And even worse, it features Jennifer Connelly, who's like 50-something and still looking good as hell. That was a point the gays always had in their favor, all right? In their category was the fact that women, as they get older, look like shit. You can't fuck them anymore. Jennifer Connelly, prove them all wrong. Prove them all wrong. Top Gun Maverick, nominated for Best Picture. Tar, mentioned previously. Cate Blanchett plays conductor Lydia Tarr, not a train conductor. I got very excited when I first heard that. Someone told me Cate Blanchett plays conductor. I go, "I do one ticket, please." And she's like waving a baton. And I'm like, why is this film not about train schedules? Tell me when the 457 from Boston's arriving. God damn it. 18 viewers. Holy shit. Holy shit. Tar. Cate Blanchett, directed by Todd Field, director of In the Bedroom. Now, Tar is, of course, starring Cate Blanchett, as I mentioned. Now, Cate Blanchett comes from Australia, even though she seems incredibly British. She has very British vibes. She seems like she spent her entire life up to this point just playing Queen Elizabeth at varying ages in different London West End productions. But no, she's from Australia. So her training mostly involved fist-fighting alligators and, of course, starring in a sex tape with Paul Hogan, as all Australian people do. Now, this film about conductor Lydia Tarr and her controversy, the controversial life she led, is unfortunately an act of Hollywood whitewashing. In real life, Lydia Tarr had Down syndrome, and they chose not to present that in this film, which I think is, quite frankly, disrespectful. Disrespectful to the real Lydia Tarr, who died 17 minutes ago. That died while I was doing the live stream. She saw me do the song parodies at the beginning and immediately took her own life. Everyone watching, sound off in the comments. What was your favorite Lydia Tarr jam? She produced some of the greatest music of the 20th and 21st century. That Ja Rule song where he samples Stevie Wonder. To all the ladies that be living it up, I say what? Do I do? That was Lydia Tarr. People don't know that. People do not know that. Next, the Banshees of Inisherin. The Banshees of Inisherin. One of the great sweater movies of all time. Some of the best sweaters of all are in this film. Starring Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, two degenerately Irish people. But the tagline for this movie should have been, at least they're not Italian. But Colin Farrell is a dimwit on an island who's friends with Brendan Gleeson, who Brendan Gleeson says, "Nah, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. I want to play my stupid violin because I want to be famous someday." It's a movie ultimately about how everyone needs to stop trying to get famous on YouTube. That's really what the Banshees of Inisherin is all about. And I'm against it because it's anti-American. Do you know how many Banshees we got here in America? Make that movie. Banshees of Akron, Ohio. We got Banshees. You go to any abandoned factory in the Rust Belt, oh, you better believe you're going to find some Banshees. Lily Piazza says, hey, not commenting, not engaging, but the moment I say anything about Italian people, she comes right back in. Disgusting. I heard that. You're damn right you did. And I'll say it again. Listen, why don't you go back to putting a little extra cheese on the pizza, if you know what I'm saying? Okay? All right? Why don't you go back to doing organized crime and putting tomato sauce on top of cookies? Thinking Impaired said gave. Don't know what that means, but I like that people are typing. I like that people are commenting. Just type anything in the comments. It literally doesn't matter. I'll type something right now. Oh, he was replying. I didn't see that. Thinking Impaired said, I was wondering if anybody's planning on watching the Oscars this year. I gave up watching the Oscars many years ago. No one watches the Oscars anymore. There was a time when it mattered because because the baby boomers were so dumb. The baby boomers used to be like, if I don't go see the movie that wins the Oscar this year, then everyone's gonna think I am a dull nimwit, perhaps even an Oriental. I better go see Kramer vs. Kramer, the second highest grossing movie of 1980. Lily Piazza says, I'm cooking dinner, but it's Mexican. Well, that's cultural appropriation, so maybe get your shit together. What are you cooking, Lily Piazza? What are you making? You making some tacos, some burritos? Shit, I could go for that. I'm making some pasta later while I watch the Oscars, because I will still be watching it, because I don't care. The only people who watch the Oscars are incredibly old people who like the dresses. They don't know what an Ana de Armas is, and they don't know she's not white. But they're like, I like that she wore a full-length dress. The only people. No one watches the Oscars. No one cares about that shit anymore. Adults don't go to movies anymore. They just watch prestige dramas on HBO Max, but they don't watch the Emmys because no one cares about award shows. Society's falling apart. We are on the brink of full-on civil war. All of our children are becoming trans and putting their penis between their legs and doing the Silence of the Lambs dance, a film that won Best Picture and influenced the culture. Anyway, Banshees of Inisherin, a movie that will turn all your children trans. Enchiladas, Lily Piazza says. What are enchiladas exactly? They're like burritos, but you bake them or something like that. You put some shit on top of them. What the hell is an enchilada? What's a fajita? Did fajitas exist before Chili's invented them? Or not Chili's, Chi-Chi's. That was funny. There was a Mexican restaurant just called Tits. It'd be like Hooters, but if Hooters was just called like, come look at some tits, you fucking morons, which would be better. Lamp says, I would have to leave the house to go to the movies. Well, first off, I'm just hoping people can Pokemon Go to the movies, which would be great for me. But listen, I recommend going to the movies. I recommend getting a nice big thing of popcorn and then cutting a hole in the bottom and doing the popcorn trick on yourself. You reach in to get a handful and then you find your own penis and you go, well, that's there. That's fun. I do recommend that, but you can see so many great films from your home. Banshees of Inisherin, currently streaming on HBO Max. Tar, currently streaming on Peacock. Top Gun Maverick, currently streaming on Paramount Plus. Everything Everywhere All at Once, currently streaming on Showtime. We've got too many streaming services. We need to bundle them together. Maybe if there was a way to just like, instead of paying for each streaming service, you just like paid a flat fee and then you got a bunch of streaming services. Oh shit, I just invented cable again. Whoops, just invented cable again. Banshees of Inisherin. Don't go see it. We don't support the Irish here. Triangle of Sadness, a film by Ruben Östlund, who is, of course, European. We have a lot of European representation this year, okay? Tar, that's a movie about an American bitch played by an Australian bitch who seems like an English bitch, and in the movie, she moves to Berlin like a bitch. Triangle of Sadness. It's really 3 films, which makes sense they call it a triangle because the triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2, Three sides. I got it right. Okay. People are saying this film, Triangle of Sadness, about the world of fashion, then about a fancy little boat trip that falls apart, and then about people living on an island and, communism. People are saying it's, in fact, a critique of capitalism. I'll tell you this. I saw it, and the message I got was communism bad. That's the message I got for it, okay? First off, it does feature Woody Harrelson, one of my favorite actors who recently appeared on Saturday Night Live and absolutely gave it to the mainstream media vaccine narrative, okay? Because we all know that actually vaccines, so we all know that, okay? We also know that George Floyd, so consequently, when Woody Harrelson was on SNL, Lamp says these all sound pretty pretentious. Oh, you have no fucking idea. You truly have no fucking idea. God damn it. Give Best Picture to M3 That's just a movie about a killer doll. And every time it cuts the stupid doll's face, it's funny. It's better than Triangle of Sadness. Featuring Woody Harrelson, who again, when he was hosting SNL, did some kind of long meandering monologue thing where it was clear they wrote something for him and then he threw it aside and just got real high and was like, I'll tell you what I really think. My problem with Big Pharma is the medicine. Would you like to nationalize them? No, that's no good. But I don't like the medicines they make. In this film, people are all saying it's a critique of capitalism. I think it's a critique of communism. I'll tell you why. Because in the film, the luxury cruise liner crashes. Or wait, no, it has a grenade thrown on it. Lamp says, I like dolls. Well, you should see M3 currently streaming on Peacock. In the film, this cruise liner has a grenade thrown on it by a Somali pirate or something like that. I don't know. There's a cool scene where everyone's pissing and shitting and vomiting and puking. You guys might actually like Triangle of Sadness. If it wasn't 2.5 goddamn hours long, there's a good 90-minute movie inside Triangle of Sadness, I'll tell you that much. But a lot of shitting and pissing and coming and all that kind of thing. It's fun. It's fun in that European way where they're like being gross and they're like, isn't it fun that we get to be gross like the Americans? But they've just adopted it. No, that's not true. It's actually the exact opposite. We pretend like we're fucking stupid and boorish, but they've been doing that shit longer than we've been around as a country. Anyway, Triangle of Sadness. This cruise liner is destroyed, and it's a European cruise liner, which means they are under communism, and therefore no one was able to leave a Yelp review saying the ship could be attacked by Somali pirates. Therefore, communism bad. I rest my case. I rest my case.
These nuts. Got him.
Absolutely. So no dolls so far. I guess there's some dolls in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Maybe you should watch that movie. You might like that movie. It's kind of a cute movie. There's dolls in that, I think, more or less. Speaking of dolls, Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, here's the thing about Avatar: The Way of Water. I feel often like this film has been disregarded already. It's like the third highest grossing movie of all time. It's made billions of dollars. James Cameron can't even get a Best Director nominee. I truly feel like James Cameron is the injured Tulkun who chose not to go after violence. Lamp said, I thought the Triangle of Sadness was you, Zach, and Nancy. How dare you? How dare you? We have never once done the Devil's Triangle. I've walked in on them having sex, and then associate producer Zach, not stepbrother, was there, and he said, "Did we do Devil's Triangle? Yeah, it's good." I didn't like it. I didn't think about it. And so, did I see Triangle of Sadness, or did I have a fugue state where I brought a gun into the woods and killed animals? We don't know. We can't know. Avatar: The Way of Water. It has replaced the great Turuk Makto with the mighty Tulkun, which are big-ass whales. That's the best whale. Also, they should do a thing tonight where it's like they digitally impose Brendan Fraser's big, stupid, fat body in the whale, like crushing everyone on the ship in Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, what's interesting about this movie, with this movie, Avatar, and the other movie, Tar, it's the first time the name of one movie is inside the name of another movie, okay? People don't know that. Ever since the last time when The Hurt Locker was nominated alongside the short film, I Call My Ass The Hurt Locker, a story of gay sex. That was the last time that happened. It was very exciting. So, Avatar: The Way of Water, it's truly the wettest movie. If they were giving awards for most water in a film, that would definitely win. That's one of the wettest fucking movies ever made. God damn. Triangle of Sadness is a lot of water. A lot of water in the movies this year. That Black Panther picture, they're all underwater. Avatar, Triangle. What's going on with water? What are they trying to tell us? I think all movies are the global elite just trying to like send you messages to let you know that, you know, they're going to pretty soon turn the kids trans in a way that they shoot you. It's like a Manchurian Candidate kind of thing where they're telling all the kids that like they need to both go trans and then also, you know, throw rocks at their parents. It's just the Chinese having fun. That's what it is. The Fabelmans. It's a movie. Got it right there. I'm going to bring this up. Put it over your stupid, over your stupid comments. Fabelmans is a film Steven Spielberg wanted to make for years upon years upon years. And finally his parents died and he decided to tell it. It's a lot like Everything Everywhere All at Once, but instead of Chinese people, it's Jewish people. And instead of traveling through dimensions, it's of course wanting to have sex with your mother on camera. That's what this film is about. It's about young Steven Spielberg, or in this movie, Sammy Fabelman, which is a fun name. Lamp. Oh, I've heard of that. You know, Fabelman's, it's weird how the Oscars have changed, where Steven Spielberg made a movie about how great movies are, and you would think the Oscars would be like, oh, the thing I do? I love that. I'll nominate that as soon as I get done sucking my own penis. As soon as I take my own penis out of my mouth, I'll go nominate that. But it's not going to get anything tonight. I think it's going to lose every single award. It could win Best Director, maybe, for Stevie Spielberg, but Spielberg has only won Best Picture twice. People don't know that. He won Best Picture. No, he only won Best Picture once for Schindler's List, which, of course, as I said earlier, was. So, you know, he won Best Picture for that. He's only won Best Director twice for Schindler's List and for Saving Private Ryan. He should have won Picture for Saving Private Ryan, but you know what won instead? Motherfucking Shakespeare in Love.
These nuts.
And it won. This is not a bit. This is truly how Shakespeare in Love won. It was the height of Harvey Weinstein using his powers of rape and going to old folks' homes. He literally he realized the people who actually would vote on the Oscars most were very old people who used to work in the movies. And he also was like, I think they all have PTSD they never talked about and instead just drank every day at noon and beat the hell out of their wives. So they're not going to watch the war movie. But I bet I can get him to vote for this Shakespeare in Love picture. So he'd go to old folks' homes to screen Shakespeare in Love and get them to vote. And he unexpectedly pulled out a win. He also got Gwyneth Paltrow a win for Best Actress. And here's the thing. A number of people came out later and they were like, Harvey Weinstein said that if I had sex with him, he'd help me win an Oscar. They all accused him of that. You know who never accused him of that? Gwyneth Paltrow. Do with that information what you will. Do with it what you will. But The Fabelmans is actually a good movie. I like The Fabelmans a lot. I think that legit, like, the best supporting actor race could be 5 actors just from The Fabelmans. That's what it could be. But it's the story about young little Sammy Fabelman, and he's growing up, and his parents they divorce because his mom wants to go fuck Seth Rogen, and then he films his mom dancing in front of a car. He makes movies. He likes to make movies, and he accidentally films his mom and Seth Rogen, not fucking. That would have been funnier. But just like holding hands. And he's like, oh God, they're going to cheat on each other. And then he grows up and becomes Steven Spielberg. So, it's pretty good. I recommend it. Do you know that Steven Spielberg has an adopted daughter who does pornography and he's like super cool with it? They should have had that as the post-credit scene. Just the older Sammy Fabelman just being like, I guess I gotta support her. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here. So go see The Fabelmans. Easily wins the award for most Jewish. That's just Judd Hirsch, who's nominated. He's in the movie for like one scene, literally one scene. He's in this movie, which is like not a short movie. It's like 2.5 hours long. He's in the movie for, I think, less than 5 minutes. Certainly less for 10 minutes, but goddamn, is he good in this movie. A lot of love for Judd Hirsch. That's hot, Lamp says. It's kind of a hot movie. It's the most convincing it's the movie that most convinces me Steven Spielberg has ever had sex. He doesn't really put sex in his movies. Like there's the one fuck scene in Munich where they're sweating and it's weird and you're like, I think Spielberg has never had sex and also views it like an alien views different mating rituals. The Fabelmans is really the only one. Also, everyone who knew Steven Spielberg in high school is like, the movie is pretty accurate except he never had a girlfriend. In the movie, he gave the version of himself the character in high school a girlfriend, which apparently didn't ever actually happen. So that's funny that he faked that. That's funny. Next movie, Elvis, baby. Oh, I should have done an Elvis parody at the beginning. We can't go on together in this movie, Elvis. You ain't nothing but an Oscar. I'm winning an Oscar. Austin Butler plays Elvis in this film in a role that he was literally unable to shake. Several months after it came out, he's hosting SNL and he's like, oh, baby, I literally don't know how to not talk like this anymore. I'm from Southern California, but somehow I keep doing this thing right here. Also, it doesn't feature the two best Elvis scenes that happened to him in real life that should have been in this film. Number one, should have ended with him dying in the toilet. It should have ended with a big Baz Luhrmann-esque, and Lamp says, R.I.P. Lisa Marie. That's true, but thankfully she did live long enough to see this film and go, well, my dad was a hot piece of ass. But she knew. She knew. Elvis should have featured two scenes from Elvis's life. A, should have had him die in the toilet. A big Baz Luhrmann musical spectacle of him just really trying to squeeze one out like, that would have been great. The other one is a story Sybil Shepherd tells. Look this up. This is true. About when she went to go to Graceland when she was like 15 years old. And Elvis takes her on back to be like, let's have sex, baby. Oh, thank you. Suck my dick. And then he takes her back, right? And then they're kind of getting around and she tries to like push his head down to like go down on her. And apparently he looked up and said, sorry, baby. White boys don't eat pussy. Which is like, speak for your fucking self, Elvis. Okay, buddy? This is a movie you can stream it on HBO Max. Pretty much all these movies are streaming on services that you might own a subscription to. Avatar: Way of Water isn't, but Thinking Impaired says, LOL, dying in the toilet is a poop to die for. That should have been the title of the Elvis film. A Poop to Die For. Elvis, baby. Oh, hunka burning love. And also a special Oscar for Baz Luhrmann for pretending to be straight for all these years. No one's buying it, Baz. Give it up. Next, All Quiet on the Western Front. A Netflix film. Big German movie. The most expensive film ever produced in Germany, as far as I understand it. Beats the record of their previous film, which of course is King Kong vs. Godzilla vs. a giant bratwurst. Now, All Quiet on the Western Front is a war movie about how bad World War I is. It's the one war movie Germans are allowed to make that doesn't reference Nazis. The whole time they're like, can we just do one where we don't apologize for all the Nazis? Come on, just please. Come on, can we just not, just one? Why do all of our movies got to be like our bad? Like, I know we fucked up, but come on. All Quiet on the Western Front's about the war. They keep making these movies about trench warfare. It's bullshit. Why can't they talk about the war that matters? The culture war that we are all experiencing every single day. Yeah. So maybe a movie that instead of like, bayonets in a trench, it's just me at a Starbucks posting on Reddit. It's me posting a meme that's like, Joe Biden =, horses asshole pooping. Haha, got him. Got him. I will not be ordering anything Starbucks barista. Thank you very much. I will take a refill on my free water. Thank you. No, you cannot kick me out. You cannot. Because remember, they called the police on those homeless guys one time, and the police killed them. And then somehow everyone blames Starbucks for it. But now I get to stay here as long as I want. All Quiet on the Western Front. Recently won the BAFTA for Best Film, which is the British Academy of Film and Television Art. It won the BAFTA. That was because British people, due to being incredibly stupid, thought the movie was real. They thought they were back in World War I and the Germans were running out towards them. It's kind of a, great train robbery situation. Train leaving the station, whatever it is, shut, doesn't matter. All Quiet on the Western Front. All Quiet on the Western Front. Speaking of never being quiet, we have Women Talking, all right? Women Talking is the blockbuster film from director Sarah Polley, star of the Dawn of the Dead remake. I don't know. She was a Canadian child actress, so she probably did a film where she ate some radioactive maple syrup and had the power of Wayne Gretzky. I don't know. Women Talking is a film about a bunch of Mennonite women getting raped to shit. They simply will not stop raping these poor women. Cut it out. Come on. Women Talking. You know what? Call me when it's the sequel. Women shutting the fuck up, okay? All right, guys, we're having fun. They all got raped. So that movie's not gonna win any awards. It didn't make a lot of money. It's kind of funny. Women Talking came out last year. She Said came out last year, which is the Harvey Weinstein movie, and it didn't really make a lot of money. Didn't really make a lot of impact. And it was Hollywood being like, no, we're against rape now. We don't want rape. We're opposed to the raping now. But it takes 3 or 4 years to make a movie, and so then by the time it came out, everyone's like, oh no, we've done a pandemic. We don't care. No, Me Too is not a thing anymore. We don't give a shit. Even a little bit. No, we don't care at all. What's that? You raped 7 people? Army Hammer literally was eating motherfuckers. We don't even care that much about him. Like, you could probably do a movie tomorrow. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Now, all of those movies were great films. We all agree they're great films. But I think we all know what's going to win Best Picture at the Oscars this year. You put it down on your ballot. Lamb says, I loved her in Avonlea, and the one where she was all drugged out was a good fun thing. Oh, that was Go, right? Go was that Doug Liman movie. I did forget she starred in that, in the 1999 Doug Liman picture. She was in good movies. She was a little kid. She was in Baron Munchausen, the Terry Gilliam movie. Everyone shut up. Shut the fuck up. We got to talk about what's going to win Best Picture, ladies and gentlemen. The film that will take home the gold. Everyone get ready. Drum roll. Drum roll. Drum roll. This year's Oscar for Best Picture is, of course, going to Billy Crystal doing blackface at the 2012 Oscars, ladies and gentlemen.
So where you going now?
We're gonna go hang out with Hemingway and Fitzgerald.
And then we're gonna go kill Hitler.
You wanna come?
More than you know. Billy, is Biebs the young Sinatra or my nuts?
Oh, Sammy, stop it.
You might.
This guy.
Peace out. All right, have fun storming the Fuhrer.
All right, good luck, Pop.
Yeah.
All right, so that was 2012, guys. That was not 1957. Why is Justin Bieber there? Part of a bit they were doing. I can't answer it, okay? I don't have all the answers to all your questions.
Shut up and sit down.